It's so diabolical and evil, and it's just so disturbing. Oh my gosh, it made me so sick, really sick.
Feeling a little tormented?
I haven't felt this disturbed since I've watched Hereditary. My gosh.
Okay. We'll
Yeah.
dive into that. We'll dive into that. We got a
Okay.
psychological thriller for the folks today. What are we doing?
The year is 2003, and the movie is Oldboy. It is a Korean film that is dark. It's a thriller, and I was not expecting this.
Wild, wild stuff. I thought of this movie because Park Chan-wook is a fantastic Korean director who just came out with a movie called No Other Choice that came out last year or at the beginning
Yeah.
of this year. Um, Great film. I wanted to dive into some of his other stuff. This movie actually was remade by Spike Lee in, I don't know, about 10 years ago or so with Josh Brolin and Elizabeth Olsen. That's where I saw it first. And because I knew about the story already, I wanted to watch the original because everybody heralds the original as
Okay.
a like better film and like very influential. And let's get into why.
This is so dark, man. This was such a dark movie.
Yes.
And it starts out with Dae's son or O'Day's son, and he basically gets kidnapped and puts in a prison for like a hotel type of prison for 15 years, and you have
Yeah.
no idea why you're in this with him. And the director just doesn't really give you much to work with. There's little clues throughout the movie, and that's why I thought at the beginning it felt a little slow. But when the second half picked up, I was glued to my seat, and by the finale, I my jaw was on the floor, and I felt gross. Really gross afterwards. Really disturbed.
Yeah, yeah, it's not an easy watch. I have to say for a lot of Korean cinema that I've watched, like they don't have any fucks to give. Like they
Yeah.
show stuff and do things that like American directors only dream of doing.
Yeah.
It's just wild. It's excellently like acted. The main actor is nuts in the best way. He carries a movie by himself where he's just running amok for 2 hours and slowly descending into madness.
Yeah. And you're in it with him. Like you're
Yeah.
in it with him. That's what's crazy. This movie was, I mean, it was only there was a $3 million budget for this movie. $3 million. That's
Wild
crazy.
what they were able to do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the villain in this has the most diabolical plot I think I've ever seen in any movie, right? It's so diabolical and evil, and it's just so disturbing. Oh my gosh, it made me so sick, really sick.
I didn't really catch on to why the villain was, and I guess we can spoil this here. Like it's a 20-year-old movie, but
Okay,
I didn't catch on to the villain it being the villain's sister, and
yeah,
that's what Daesun like actually saw like
yeah,
and spoke out about and
hmm
why they're looking to put him in prison for 15 years. He had a big mouth. Like you think it's because in the beginning he's just one
he's
of those
drunk. Yeah,
loudmouth drunks who like
yeah,
is annoying and just
yeah,
runs his mouth all the time, and then you find out it's like stemming from a childhood thing. Wild. That on its own is a
right,
crazy premise for like
right.
the bad guy, but man, to throw it to the female protagonist being his daughter.
Oh my
Woo,
gosh,
wow. What I can't. So when I saw it for the first time, the American version, and that happened, I was like, just jaw dropped. Like,
yeah,
could not believe it. Like, that's one of those like twists in movie history that, like, have you ever seen a movie like that that's done
no,
something like that? Like,
no, no. That's what I was referring to. It's like if I don't think I've ever seen something like that. You know, we have like the Sixth Sense, the big reveal at the end, but this reveal was just like I mean, the word is diabolical for me. It's so dark and twisted what he does to him
mm,
that it's just unimaginable and sick, and it's just it just leaves you feeling gross.
The scene in the, I guess, penthouse apartment at the end, with the colors again, the green and the water and the back and forth dialogue, it's so tense that you forget that like you've literally been in this room with them for like 20 minutes,
Yeah.
and it's a phone call, it's a monologue from one end to another end, and just the more you find out, the less you want to know.
Hmm.
Like, and you're just like, stop, like put it
Right.
back in the box. I don't
Yeah.
want to know. Um,
And it,
everything from that is just that scene. As much as I love the hallway scene behind me, like that scene for me at the end is madness.
yeah.
Um, Him getting a hold of the switch and thinking that it's gonna kill the villain, only to play the tape of the audio back to him and torture
I was,
himself even more. You're just like, oh my
yeah.
God. Like,
Yeah. The reveal itself, right? The plan, the reveal at the end was just insane. But then when that moment where he starts going crazy and starts groveling at the feet,
mm,
you're just even, I mean, it doesn't let up. It
yeah,
just doesn't let up. And it just goes to show what an amazing actor this guy is. And he's crawling, he cuts off his tongue and he does all this stuff and he goes mad. He goes insane. It's just, it doesn't let up. It
yeah,
doesn't let up. You're right.
yeah.
It's that bad. It's,
Bad in a good way, but yes, the story is unlike anything I've ever seen
yeah.
before, and it's such a great revenge thriller that, like I said, the details are in it, and I think I want to watch it again because to your point, you're watching it and reading subtitles, and I want to absorb more of the performances now that I, kind of know the dialogue, and you hear, the familiarity with the character names, and you're just
Yeah.
not rereading that stuff again because there's just so much to see. There's so many
Hmm.
little nuance to the story that I feel like I didn't catch and I think would be more clear on another viewing. And so, I mean, that's what you want out of a movie, right? Like you want to be compelled to watch again. And I think now that you know the spoiler, it's not going to be so surprising or even so disturbing, as it goes forward.
I don't think I can watch it again. I
No,
don't want to
okay.
watch it again.
Okay.
No.
All
It's
right.
it did its job, and I don't think I could watch it again. So, no. Favorite scene in this movie? What was your favorite scene?
Uh, it's got to be the hallway. I go back and forth because I really like the ending, but that hallway scene, the one shot,
Hmm.
panning forward, reminds me of like playing, fighter video games, as
Yeah.
a kid, and you're just like moving along. It was the Kung Fu movie on Nintendo back in the day. You're just like you're
Yeah.
moving through this. I could
Yeah.
watch that scene over and over. It's done so well.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite scene too. I mean, also the octopus scene where he eats the octopus live. That I mean, I was like, what am I watching? That's when I texted you, like, what am I watching here?
That was the moment. Amazing. I love it that was the moment. I'm almost
Yeah,
that had to have been a real octopus, right?
I mean, I can't imagine on
Like,
a $3 million budget that they had any CGI stuff in this.
yeah,
Okay,
I don't think they had a budget for that, right? It's too good to be like it looked like the tentacles were climbing on his face when he was eating it. And I was like,
yeah,
holy hell. Like,
I think I'm gonna go
wow.
with it was real. So
All right. I believe it. We're gonna look it up or people can comment and tell us, but I think it was too.
okay, you want to rate?
Let's rate. Let's rate.
What are we going with hammers, right? Because that was his
Yeah.
weapon of
Yeah.
choice.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, one hammer being
Brutal.
bad, five hammers being just amazing. You go first. This was your pick. Go ahead.
This was my pick. It it's a hard watch, I will agree. But there's so much good to it. It's so wild. It is so um, just I'm in awe of his direction. Like I
Mm,
think he's a fantastic director. He's got a visual style that's not like anyone I've seen, and I can watch his twisted stories unfold because they're so unexpected. I'm at a 3.5 hammers. I'm almost leaning 4, but I'm gonna stay with the 3.5.
okay. Wow, we're on point again. I'm going with 3.5 hammers as well. The beginning of the movie was slow, and I get it. I needed time to develop, right? But that second half, it just ramps up, and when you get towards the end and the big reveal, I mean, my eyes were wide open, my hands were over my mouth, and I'm just watching this. And we watch movies, and for me, the older that I get, I want to be moved, whether
Mm,
it's, in a good way or in a bad way. I want to feel something. And this movie just did its job. It really
mm.
did. A lot of these movies really, they're just fluff. But this director really knows his stuff. Even if I thought it was a little slow, really phenomenal. Just what he can do when he can bring out the emotions. And you're right. Korean films just don't. They raise the bar. They seem to
Yep.
raise the bar more than American films, and it's just not something you really see with American films. So yeah, 3.5, 3.5 hammers for me.
Excellent, excellent review, sir. So happy to hear you liked it. And that's all we got for this episode of FYC Film Review. We'll check you next time. I'm your host, Gagne, with me, my partner, Naldo.
Have a good one, everybody. This is not for everybody, but it's done very well. So it's not for everybody. There's your warning.
Cook your octopus before eating it.
See you later.